Welcome back to Sips of Cinema, the show where we drink a whole entire bottle of. Oh, crap, I forgot. This is a part two. So we're drinking the same stuff from last week, which is just fruit punch. So, welcome back to part two of talking about the Best Picture nominees from 2026. We did 5 last week, so I hope you enjoyed that video. But let's get into this week's video. I'm Cameron Kozak, your host, and this is Chandler Kozak, my brother. Let's get into it. Alrighty.
Am I not a host?
My co-host. I forget to say things right sometimes. Oh, cool. Okay, I got it. Frankenstein.
Oh, cool.
So that's what I guessed the last pick was going to be. So I got close. So Frankenstein. Alrighty. So Frankenstein is incredible. I love Frankenstein.
We can move on to the next one. This video is gonna be 5 minutes long.
But no, Frankenstein is so good. I watched it because they released it in theaters for a short amount of time, and I was
I'm so mad I missed it.
Yeah, I was like, I need to see this.
So mad.
I was like, I need to see this in theaters, and I saw it in theaters.
I'm 90% sure that you went to go see it in theaters the day that I watched it at home, like the same day.
I think you might be right.
Because I remember you I know you came back from the theater. I don't know if it was Frankenstein, but I know you came back from the theater, and I was like, you got to watch Frankenstein. Dude.
Yeah.
This movie's amazing.
And you were like,
I just did.
But it's so good. I love Guillermo del Toro. There's only one thing that I just one critique of the movie. And I think it looks beautiful. I think cinematography looks great, and it has amazing set designs, amazing costumes, but the coloring I just do not like. I do not like
What about it?
I just think so. It's a Netflix original film, and I think that it just looks so much like Netflix projects. Everything just looks so clean. Everything just looks so there's not enough depth with the color. I feel like this movie deserved a lot to be a lot more, a little bit darker, a little bit dirtier, but everything was just so clean, and it just looked so it also has to do with props and set design. One prop in the movie that just really kind of describes what I'm talking about perfectly, but there's the scene with the dead body on the table with their back spliced open. It just, that looks like a prop to me. It just looked so clean. The whole thing just looks so clean. His back was just peeled open, no blood anywhere. It was just, everything was just so almost like I was on the set, and I was like, this is that's the prop that they're using in the scene. And also I hate when something's so set in this specific time, and it's their costumes, they just look brand new. The costumes just look brand new. They were just worn for the first time. And that's something that Netflix also does. That's a lot of things. That's something that a lot of people complained about with the Avatar live action, is just their outfits just look like they wore them for the first time. Yeah. And what I love so much about one of the other films on this list, Hamnet, is that the costumes, they're dirty. They're
definitely
used.
Worn. Yes.
It's not the first time they wore them, but in this movie, everything just looks so perfect. Everything is just everything looks so clean. And I think that is just the one thing that I just wished would have been a little bit more dark.
Yeah.
Just because Guillermo del Toro, he's made some dark stuff. I mean, Pan's Labyrinth, Nightmare Alley, one of his more recent picks, The Shape of Water, all those movies are just darker and they're dirtier a little bit. And I think it just really would have added to it. But that's honestly the only thing that I have to say.
I think I at first I didn't understand where you were going with. But I do kind of see where you're coming from. I think part of it for me is maybe the reason why I was kind of okay with the color grading that they chose and the kind of cleanliness that they had is the peculiarities and the specific tendencies of characters. Frankenstein himself, he held himself to a high regard, being this high and mighty guy that can create something that no one else can. So to me, someone who's surgical, someone who's precise like that, to me screams clean. Maybe they would want to keep their stuff untattered. And then the other part of the family, they're borderline royalty. So it made sense why they were so high and mighty with their clothing and whatnot. The other thing with color grading, I thought it was grungy enough. Well, also and this could be just me tearing it apart. I do agree with you. It would have been amazing to see a very, very, very grunge version of this, where like everything was dystopian and torn and tattered and gross. But the movie was kind of like it was like the birth of Frankenstein, a bunch of life, the first time doing something that hasn't been done before. So I think like the color grading set it in its time frame of like the period that it was supposed to be in.
Yeah.
Very muted, very like grayed out colors for the most part. But what was vibrant, to me, it kind of just like screamed the idea of something new. And in the movie, that's what it was. He was doing something untangible. No one's been able to do it before. Like maybe it was just like the way he was viewing things while he was, because I think I also, it might just be because maybe I'm talking out of my ass. Maybe I'm just trying to back what I'm saying with facts. But I also feel like the color scheme and everything in the movie shifted from before Frankenstein created the monster to after. I think it changed. Like everything became muted after he had created it, because now he's like, what the fuck did I do?
Yeah.
But before that, everything that was leading up to it was all vibrant and happy. And look at me, look what I'm doing. I'm so great. I'm figuring all this out.
Yeah.
I'm borderline God. And then he was like, oh shit, I'm playing God.
Yeah.
This isn't good.
Yeah. Definitely God.
So I think it worked well with the movie. I do think that it would have been much more visibly visibly aesthetic if they were to have gone a more grungy route, and more like tattered clothes and show that he's like elbows deep in blood.
Yeah.
Like it would have been cooler to see. It definitely would have given the movie a different vibe, because I think it also was trying to depict Frankenstein, or not Frankenstein because that's the guy, but the monster.
Yeah, the monster.
Not as an actual monster.
Yeah.
But as someone who is like created out of his control. It was basically just like a baby being born, but you know, being full grown and not knowing what to do with your body.
Yeah.
And like having to experience love for the first time and loss for the first time, and figuring out how to speak and like walking. And I love this movie.
Oh no, I love it too. Don't get me wrong.
No, I
it
know
still
you
looks
did
great.
Too. Yeah.
It still looks great. Like the cinematography.
I wasn't even saying that to like insinuate that you didn't enjoy it.
Oh no.
The more that I got talking into the color schemes, the more I got talking into like the color schemes and the meaning that I picked up, I love this movie.
Yeah,
it was so good. And I wasn't expecting to like it, because I was just like, oh, Frankenstein's got a new movie.
Yeah.
That you know, it's a long one too. I started it late at night, so I was up until the wee hours of the morning. But
I love this movie.
It was really good.
And I think a surprising nomination. So this movie was nominated for 9 Academy Awards. It was nominated for Best Picture.
Really?
Yeah. Really? Jacob Elordi for Best Supporting Actor. Guillermo del Toro for Best Adapted Screenplay. Best Cinematography. Best Costume Design. Best Makeup and Hairstyle. Original Score. Production Design. And Sound. And one of the surprising ones was Jacob Elordi getting nominated for Best Supporting Actor. But I personally think it is totally warranted. I think he was great. I remember thinking that when watching the movie in the theaters. I was like, he is really good. Like he has just like meticulously and just specifically crafted such a unique take on the role of seriously just like someone that is, you know, like discovering life for the first time, and is just so tender and just sweet. And then when he's angry, he's like really angry. Like you can tell that he has just so much anger.
It's like a baby that can't regulate their emotions.
Exactly.
It was so well
good.
done.
So good. And there's one scene in the movie, and it's so badass. But the scene where the monster finally confronts Frankenstein and says, crap, what did he say? He was like, I'll give you, he like lights a stick of dynamite and he holds it, and he was like, you run, or something like that. And then just, crap, I'm messing it up. But he basically it was like the hardest shit ever. He basically said, I'm going to like prove to you or whatever, like, or show you what kind of monster you made. Yeah. And he blew himself up and just
he went, did you really think that this is what was going to stop me? If you think this is what's going to stop me, then great. But let's just see how well that works. And then he lit it and he goes, and now you run. Yeah.
And then it was such a good scene.
It was so good.
So good. And I mean, I think it was a really, Now, this was also a movie that was like that, kind of like you with Begonia. Like I was getting emotional, like with the monster's character. The
Mhm.
very end of the movie is so beautiful of him just looking at the sunrise. So good. It was just such a
Yeah.
great movie. Guillermo del Toro is so good. I mean, he did he his last film he did Pinocchio,
Mhm.
the Netflix one, the stop motion animation, which was so good. But also Guillermo del Toro's apparently trying to develop a new stop motion animation company to like keep it alive
Oh, sweet.
that is like specifically against AI art and
That's
is
awesome.
all about because the stop motion animation industry is legitimately dying because they're running out of clay. That's what.
Oh,
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
They're running out of clay is so
Yeah.
funny. That's so funny. Dig a hole.
Yeah, they're running out of stuff, but Frankenstein is very good. I think it's actually one of my favorite. It might be my favorite like Frankenstein movie. I mean,
It's mine hands down.
Yeah.
Like undeniably.
I mean, you can't beat the Karloff Frankenstein movie from the 30s, I think 30s or 40s.
Yeah, I feel like people have a different respect for those
Oh,
movies
yeah.
other than like what it actually is.
Like
I
that's
think
like
if you-
Frankenstein that people know, like with
Yeah.
the bolts in his neck, with like the square head, like or like the rectangle head. Like that's what people know Frankenstein to be, and that's why they have such a deep connection to it. But I think this is just such a awesome take on the
Very
character.
eloquently done.
Just super good.
storytelling.
Just super duper good. It doesn't leave it open ended for like sequels. It's just like it's a story. Like it's a movie.
Yeah.
And it's so good. I think Jacob Elordi did a fantastic job with playing the monster, and overall, I mean, it's just a really well done movie. It has a great score too.
Oh,
Brilliant
phenomenal.
score.
Oh,
Just
so
an amazing score. It has great cinematography. But yeah, I love this movie.
Yeah, it was
I
very
think it's
good.
absolutely amazing.
It was incredible, especially for like obviously like watching movies and reviewing them and all that kind of stuff. It's your job, so like you go see a
Yeah.
lot of movies, as
Mhm.
like you talked about in a past episode or whatever. You watched 100 new movies
Yeah.
last year, and like that isn't something that I do. Like
Yeah.
I tag along with you to the movies
yeah.
a lot, especially because now we're doing this whole podcast
Yeah,
thing
exactly.
together. But before that, it's like I kind of like picked and choose like what
Mhm.
I saw, and I think like just choosing to watch this movie and like it was such a good like happenstance that this was a
Mhm.
movie that I chose to see.
Yeah.
Because like for you, it's like you kind of just go see movies regardless of whether you think they're going to be amazing or if you just think that they have like a chance or whatever. Like you go see everything almost.
Yeah.
So it was just such a good watch, such a good watch. But
Great watch.
we've got more. So.
We've got more. So yeah.
All right. So
4 more.
what do you think the next one's going to be?
One battle.
One battle after another. That'd be a good one to talk about because I just watched that one today. It is Sentimental Value, which we also watched today.
Yeah, we just watched that today. That was our like the most recent one that we watched.
Yeah.
And I mentioned it a little bit before in the previous video. I didn't really talk about
Go watch it if you
much
haven't.
about it. But yeah, Sentimental Value. Great movie. And I mean, yeah, I guess we can just start off of what you thought about it.
I thought it was I like kind of not literally Inception because that's a whole movie on its own, but I like Inception-esque movies where like it's a movie about a movie being made.
Okay.
Not literally only about the movie being
Yeah.
made, but like how that kind of takes place in the film.
Yeah.
I love the storytelling from like it's hard to depict or it's hard to put in words exactly what I'm trying to say, but it was such a like a unique take on a movie.
I agree.
How certain things were depicted, how they were shown, how they were scripted or written. I loved how long ago was this movie? Like how long was this released? I don't want to spoil too many things if it's like a very very fresh movie that just came out.
It's honestly it's really hard to it's hard to know because it was
It's
one
also
of those,
hard to not spoil things. When
it was one of those movies that released at multiple times. Like I
Oh,
wasn't
okay.
able to see it. November. It says release date November 7th,
okay.
but I know that people had seen it well before
that.
November.
Yeah. It's just it was really interesting how they constantly went back and forth with the tension between the characters.
Yep.
It like one of the sisters, the main character, had like a visible disdain the entire
Mhm.
time, but continued to try to like kind of maybe hope for
Yeah.
something different and like constantly get let down and then like continue to try. And
Mhm.
it was a very like very slice of
yeah.
life style movie. It
For
was
sure.
not relatable to all, but relatable to most.
Nope. And it didn't it didn't adhere to like audience expectations.
Yeah.
Like, and what I really appreciated, and I was kind of picking up on it, is like the movie, like you said, the movie's about. Well, it's not necessarily entirely about it, but that's like one of the main plot points is the dad wants to make a movie and hire his daughter to play the role, and it's a script that is very personal to him, and she just does not want to do it. And throughout the movie, not really. I mean, it's not real kind of spoiler, but whatever. If you don't want to get spoiled, then you can just skip to the next movie. But what I liked about it is that Elle Fanning, who's in this movie, she plays the actress that the dad hires,
Yeah.
because the daughter doesn't want to do it,
Mhm.
and she asks the question a couple times of just like she doesn't really like understand or like understand how she's supposed to develop her character. And one of the questions was like, why, like, so she she kills herself, but why does she kill herself? Like, why? Like, the movie ends there, but like
Mhm.
why? Like, why does she kill herself? And the dad was like, well, what do you think? And I think that that's a question that the director's asking us, because I feel like a lot of people are also asking, why does she have such a terrible relationship with her dad? Like, because we got a couple sneak peeks. Obviously, he left, but he left for his own reasons. But we never got any sort of confirmation that he was abusive, that he was verbally abusive.
Well, he fought with their parent. With
Well,
her,
yeah,
with her mom.
that we got,
but-
but we don't have like she obviously has this disdain towards her
Mhm.
father, and okay, I can understand having that much of a disdain for having a dad leave you at such a young age.
We
And
kind of saw it a tiny bit with her sister.
yeah,
And how she was talking about how, you acted like none of us ever really mattered. And then you came in and you wanted me to be in this movie as a
Yep.
kid. And I was in this movie and you gave me everything. I
Yeah.
was the center of your world. And
Yep.
then you dropped me like nothing.
yeah.
So, I mean, just based on that with her sister, I would say we can kind of infer that like that's just how he is with everybody and everything
But
related to or not related
yeah.
to movies that he's making.
But it was also contrasted with how like a lot of these kind of movies will always give sort of an explanation to why they don't talk anymore or they have this bad relationship. But the dad throughout the movie in like present time, like when he's reconnecting, never did something that proved
Yeah,
as
that's
to
true.
why
Yeah.
they have this disdain. Like a lot of movies will do that, where someone has a disdain toward their dad, and then they come back into their life, and they're all of a sudden just so happy and so like they've changed. And then throughout the movie, they're like they ask for money or something, and then it's like, yep, see, that's why we don't talk. But he didn't do that.
Yeah.
He didn't do that. And there were a few moments I thought he was gonna actually sell the house so that he could fund the movie,
Yep.
and I thought that was going to be like, yep, that's why.
Yeah.
But no, throughout he literally just wanted to reconnect with his siblings with his children. He
Yeah.
wanted to reconnect with his children, and that's what he was doing throughout the entire movie. The whole point of his character was to just really, like, the movie was an apology.
Mhm.
It was, because like I see it from his perspective too, having this obviously a bad relationship with his wife and constantly arguing, and he obviously wanted to keep pursuing his career, but he didn't know what to do. He probably thought he was toxic for his family, so he left. We don't really get that explanation.
Yeah.
And I understand why our characters are upset, but I think it's also kind of that same idea of what the movie that they're making is like. Okay, well, what do you think? Why do you think she hates him so much? Like,
Yeah.
we're not really told much. Obviously, yes, had a bad relationship, he left, but what did he do? Because she was so mad to the point where I was like, I feel like he did like something
Mhm.
particular.
Had to
Not
have.
just left, not just was, you know, I'm only getting vibes of like, yeah, he was actually a pretty decent father for when he was there. It's not like he did something. It's not like he, you know, they mentioned a couple times how, you know, he called her when he was drunk, but they never really came to that sort of like, that's the reason why he was, you know, this bad dad. And I think that's really, you know, a different way of going about it, of kind of confronting those situations, because it's really not our business to really understand what someone's going through or why they feel the way they do. They feel the way they do because they feel the way they do. And the movie's not going to waste its time really trying to understand why they have that disconnect, because we know that there's that disconnect.
Yeah.
So I think that that was very powerful. And like, you know, he really was just trying to apologize the entire time. He really was. He was just trying to apologize. And I think the way the movie was framed is, it was kind of framed in that way of like, he only wants to make this movie because this is his, like, what he does. He makes movies. He just wants to make it. But really, he was just trying to apologize for, you know, he puts blame on him for why his wife killed herself. And there's a lot of, you know, resentment there towards himself, and he probably blames himself for all of that kind of stuff as well. Or sorry, not his wife, his mom.
Yeah.
Why his mom killed herself.
For a second I was like, did I miss something?
His mom killed herself, so he probably has a lot of, you know, issues there, and probably has a lot of, you know, relational issues. So it's very fine-tuned and very unique, and a very good movie. I think, and I mentioned this in the last video, but F1 being nominated, it should have gone to Sorry Baby, which was like my favorite movie from last year. And I think Sorry Baby and Sentimental Value have very like similar not themes, but similar like vibes and feelings of this like traumatic, it's like kind of like traumatic comedy. And Sorry Baby was just so absolutely incredible, and so is Sentimental Value. Sentimental Value is amazing, but you go ahead.
It was such a part of it. It was really hard to not side with the sister, that like the main character that had such a problem with her father, just because like, I mean, I feel like that's also because she is like the main character.
Yeah,
you typically want to side with the main character of the movie that you're watching, but it like, I agree with what you said about how like it doesn't matter that we don't know the quarrels that happened between them. We just know that there were, and there's disdain now. But it was hard for me to, at least in the beginning. As it progressed, it got easier and I got more understanding. But at the beginning of it, it was so hard for me to accept the fact that the dad was just trying to make amends. Especially because like it would feel like there was a very heartfelt moment that was happening, and then he would be like, so anyways, about the movie, you want to be in it, ? And it was kind of the same thing later in the movie with the daughter, and who has like the son that he wanted also to be in the movie, is that she was like expressing while crying, borderline, that she that was the scene I was talking about earlier. She was just like, you made me the center of the world, and then you took it all away and acted like I didn't matter at all. And then right after she finished that thought, he was just like, so are you gonna let him be in the movie?
Yeah.
And I was just like, you're tone deaf, bro.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
So some instances it was hard for me to accept the fact that he was just trying to be a good dad, and like, or now he's trying to like make amends for the times that he wasn't a good dad. But then he would do something like that, and it's just like, oh, your priorities are like really messed up right now.
Well, because like I figured like throughout the movie, I didn't think it was like a huge secret, but I did figure that like the script was it was something deeper than it not being a story about his mom. It wasn't a story about his mom. It was a story about how he connects himself to what happened with his mom and him with his children, and how, you know, he was probably better off dead, and how he recognizes that, and how, you know, he really wanted to. Obviously I didn't predict all of that, but I predict that there was something deeper, and it wasn't really about his mom. What I
was thinking about it too is that, and the thing that it kind of like struck a chord, I think that's a saying, it struck a chord,
yeah.
But how when the sister was like, you have to read the script.
Mhm.
Like, I didn't want to, I read it because he wanted
Yeah.
my kid in it, but now that I read it, you have to read the script. And they were talking about how their dad knew things that there's no way that he would have known, because
Mhm.
it wasn't even his mom that, I mean, maybe his mom went through similar things, but the movie was about the main character daughter.
Yep.
And there's no way that he would have known that. So part of me, after that scene happened, it was kind of just like the movie's about the dad understanding that he missed a lot and that he worries about the daughter, and that like all this stuff that she could have been going through, even though he
Yeah.
didn't know that that was actually the case. But like, he's just like, he's sorry that he wasn't there to
Yeah.
help. He wasn't there to try to make it better.
Yep.
Like he fucked up in that regard. And
Yeah.
that's when it was like very easy for me to be like, all right, this movie's about he's making amends. He's
Yeah.
trying to make amends. And
Yep.
after that, after they read that, it clearly worked, because like they made the movie together.
Yep.
And the final scenes of the movie were them smiling at each other.
Yep. Exactly.
And that it was such a good ending to that story.
It
I'm getting
was.
chills talking
Yeah,
about it.
it was a really good ending.
Yeah.
It was very.
It was very good.
Mhm.
Very unexpected, because it was kind of one of those movies where, and maybe it was similar to one of the ones we were talking about before, but it was just like the whole thing was like anxiety inducing. Like
Mhm.
like every conversation that happened, it was like, oh my god, what did
Yeah.
what did that do?
Exactly.
What did he do that was
That's
so
what I was
bad?
thinking too. I was like, are we gonna explain it, or
Yeah.
it's just like I was like, no, they're not gonna explain it.
And
'cause
then
it's-
at the end with the smile, I was like, it
Yep.
didn't matter. It
Mhm.
didn't matter what happened, because
Yep.
now everything is fixed.
Yep.
Assumedly. Like
Yeah.
it looks like everything is good now. So
Yep.
I thought it was very good.
It was very, very good. All right, let's move on to the next one.
I think it's yours.
Yeah,
I think I pulled something
No,
about
yeah,
you.
you did. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, you did. Alrighty.
Hamnet.
Hamnet.
Calling it. Actually, no. Save that one until the end. Don't pull that one out right now. He's gonna pull it.
Nope. Secret Agent.
Oh, cool. All right, well, that's another good one.
Yeah. So the Secret
This
Agent.
one was nominated for Best Picture.
Yeah.
He's gonna pull it off.
Oh wait, I forgot to actually say. I forgot to mention the Oscar nominations for Sentimental Value.
Yeah.
So I'll do that right now. Sentimental Value was nominated for Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actress in a Leading Role. Renee Rensve. Renee Rines. Renee.
Where is it?
Third one down.
Oh yeah,
Renee. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna mispronounce that name, but
I would say Renee Rines.
Yep.
That's how I would say. I'm sorry if that's wrong.
Best
but-
Actor in a Supporting Role, Stellan Skarsgård. Best Actress in a Supporting Role, Elle Fanning and Inga Isbader Liles. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that name. Best Original Screenplay, Best Film Editing, and Best International Feature Film. So, The Secret Agent. We saw this one both for the first time.
A week and a half ago. Somewhere
Yeah,
around there.
yeah, about that.
Yeah.
It was good. I mean, it was like, probably like it was a good movie. It was long, but it was good. It had an interesting story. It was because like when I really went into it blind, like I thought it was gonna end up being like this very like fast-paced kind of movie with like and it kind of it was in some moments, but it was more of like a slower film with a lot of build-up. But it was very very unique. Very unique. I mean, it was just a story that followed this guy that we have no idea like why we're spending so much time with him, and things start to unravel, and he's this secret agent, and he's sort of trying to get back against people that wronged him, took his ideas and all that stuff. But really good. What'd you think about it?
I thought it was there's only one thing that I was just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Uh-huh.
And I will say 2 words to not spoil anything for people if they want to have that moment. And me saying this, I don't think will spoil anything, but hairy leg.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what was that?
Yeah.
Why was that? Like, the whole movie had this vibe.
Yep.
And then that happened.
Yep.
And then went right back to the way that it was before. And I was like, I see the vision, but the vision is very hazy. Like, why is this included? Like, it was interesting.
Yeah.
Visually speaking, it was kind of like, all right,
Yeah,
sure.
but very out of the ordinary. Like it was definitely
and very out of place.
it was definitely bizarre.
Yeah.
I mean, it was yeah, I was so confused. I was like, is this the kind of movie that it ends up being? I mean, it ended up just being like, I don't want to spoil too much about it, but it was just like a like
The whole movie
the movie's
was
about
real.
like
The whole movie was like something real.
the movie's
and then the scene was
Yeah.
like, this is like a very weird fiction that I'm now watching.
well, the movie the movie takes place in a time when Jaws is out in theaters and people start connecting, you know, Jaws to the crime rate that's happening in their city, and everyone starts, and then because not crime rate, the reason that the movie Jaws was so popular is because
it wasn't in the theater. They brought it
Yeah.
back into theater because of what happened.
Oh right, that's
Yeah.
what it was, because someone got their leg bit off by a shark, and then later on there's this scene with this hairy leg just jumping on its own and beating up people, and it was someone made like a cartoon or whatever, like
Yeah.
a
comic
short,
for like the newspaper or whatever. Yeah.
And so just very bizarre, very interesting film, to say the least. A lot of people loved it. I mean, I thought it was a really good movie,
yeah.
but I couldn't like connect myself to it. I think that the ending was probably my favorite part of them.
Go ahead.
Well, I don't want to spoil too much. I mean, obviously, if you want to go watch this movie without any spoilers, but that's what this video is about, is talking about these movies. But the end of the movie, which is they jump back. Well, not jump back. The movie takes place in like I think the 70s.
The whole movie is essentially a flashback.
Yeah,
kind of.
and then it jumps back to present time, and the main character of the movie, he plays another character. He plays the character's son, and it was a really good scene of just explaining, like, it's been so long, because he ended up dying in the movie. He ends up dying, and he's just talking about, it's been so long, and just, I barely like know much about my dad. And he said something that was really heartbreaking. He's like, he was talking to the reporter that was interviewing him, and he was like, you know more about my dad than I ever did.
Yeah.
Like, just for all the research that she did. And it was just like really interesting seeing, like, how people move on from that kind of stuff, because they're not like, in their life.
Yeah.
Because, even at that young age, he did have a really good connection with his dad, but he was so young, it's just kind of just everything left his mind.
It was kind
And
of
honestly, I think that scene is what got Wagner the Oscar nomination.
Really?
I think he's good throughout the movie.
Yeah.
Like, he played a really good, like, convincing, like, trying to hide from people and trying to be secretive. But that scene, in my opinion, of him just having this just conversation, like, sometimes just having a conversation is something that's really hard to convince people that, like, you're having a true conversation. But that scene was so good, in my opinion. I think that was a great ending.
Yeah.
Great ending. But what did you
I was gonna say, the way that it kind of is like portrayed is when the reporter's talking to the main character, who's the son of the guy that the movie is basically about. The way that it's described is just like you know him as my dad.
Yeah.
I know him as someone that looks like me.
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
Yep.
That's all. That's the only connection that I have to him.
Yep.
Is that we have visible similarities.
Yep. And I think, like, the movie has a very shocking, not shocking, but kind of surprising, because you're with this character throughout the whole entire movie, and then boom, it just jumps, and then he's dead.
I was gonna say that too, because it was like they, not to spoil things, I'll try to be as vague as possible.
We already spoiled it. He died.
Well,
There's
I
nothing
know.
else that we can spoil.
I know, but like, well, there's other things.
Well,
like
there's
other
other
people,
things,
other
but-
characters, whatever. But like, the whole movie was so like, like graphically depicting things,
Oh yeah.
and like you visibly see it. And then the one character where you were just like, I want to know what happens.
Mm-hmm.
They like jumped past all of that,
Yep.
and all we saw was like in an old scan of an old newspaper.
Yep.
But it was almost
Exactly.
But it was
That's
almost
what things
nicer.
Yep.
I loved that.
Yeah.
I was expecting to see all this like not necessarily like a Bonnie and Clyde moment, but like they go out guns a-blazing, and like
Yeah.
when I was watching the movie, I was expecting a scene like that to happen
Uh-huh.
where it like depicted the character's actual downfall, like his end.
Yep.
And then they skipped past it, and I was like, for whatever reason, that has a bigger hold on me than if I saw it
Well,
happen.
no, and it really kind of wraps up what the whole entire kind of like throughout the movie we get some like flash forwards to these young girls, like researching it
Yeah.
and looking into it, and they're kind of complaining about how things are just like, oh, things are ruined, like we don't know, like we don't have this information. And I think like that's like one of the things is just like
there was
his
no information,
murder
really.
his murder was just that's what's left of it, is this just like barely visible picture of this person that we were with throughout the entire movie, and then he just gets shot down.
Mhm.
Like that's literally it reminded me of No Country for Old Men, kind of, where Llewellyn were with this character throughout the whole entire movie, and then we just cut to a scene and the sheriff walks up to his just dead body. We don't even see him getting shot, we just see his body in the motel, shot from not even Anton Chigurh. It was just random cartel people that kill him. And that's why people hate the ending so much. Just like he just died. Well, that was the whole entire point of the movie. The point is the movie's it's No Country for Old Men. The country is not what it was. No, there are no old people that will ever understand why stuff like that happens. And I could do a whole entire video talking about No Country for Old Men, but I was kind of just like connecting it to it, where it's just like, yeah, people die. He's not a superhero. He doesn't have plot armor. He can die. He's a person that can die just like you. He can die just like these other people that died in the movie. Like he didn't get the, ending that we were wanting. And it was a very, very particular film. Definitely one that I was kind of trying to really understand it throughout the whole entire thing, because it's long. I mean, it's like almost a 3-hour movie. Yeah. But it's it was good. I thought it was really good.
It was I don't necessarily want to call it like an underdog type movie, but it was a movie that like subverted all like expectations that I had. And like, he was talking about how he went blind into the movie. I went in even more blind because I didn't even know the movie we were seeing until like 10 minutes before we were seeing. I was like, by the way, what movie are we? He drove me out to this theater. He's like, we got a movie to go see. We got a place to go. And I never questioned anything. And then we got there and I was like, what movie are we seeing anyway?
But yeah,
very good.
Very good movie. I liked it.
The opening sequence of him like going to the gas station and like
that was
getting like the police was involved and like the body and like all this. It was just like there's so much happened.
There's a lot happening.
It was like that scene alone in my mind. I was just like, yeah, Chandler, prepare yourself. This movie is about to be a lot.
Yep, and it was.
And
it was kind of a lot. It was a lot. But all right, we'll move on to the next movie. Secret Agent was really good. Recommend it.
We have what? Two more?
One more?
No, three more.
Three more. Yep, 3 more. Right? Yeah.
You started with
Frankenstein.
Yeah, then Sentimental, then this. So we have two more.
Two more.
One battle, which means that Hamnet is saved for last, and I'm so glad that that's going to be the last one.
That's so awesome.
Let's talk about
Let's
talk about one battle. After
one
another.
battle after another. So. One Battle After Another is Paul Thomas Anderson's newest movie, and it's absolutely amazing. What are your thoughts on it?
I watched it for the first time today, actually, before we watched Sentimental Value, and I was taken aback, to say the least. I was taken aback. It was as the title depicts, it was one battle after another.
It really, I mean, it quite literally is
from both the movie experience and the viewer experience. I felt like there was some new overstimulating thing hitting me, but like in the best way, not like in a bad overstimulation, but like in a strap-in type thing. I thought it was really well done.
It's really good.
And Leo,
it's a great movie.
Leo's performance,
he's so good.
So good.
Yeah, I mean, if Timothy wasn't nominated, I think Leo would win the Oscar. He could honestly still win it. See, the thing about it is, I think One Battle After Another is going to win like the majority of the big awards. I think it's going to win Best Picture. I'm pretty sure. I'm almost confident that it's going to win Best Picture. It's just had more of that. that buzz around it winning Best Picture. It's also the Academy likes to do this thing where they, don't give a director or an actor an award for a certain amount of time, and then one day they do something else and they just give them kind of like a career award. Like it's about time you have an Oscar, because Paul Thomas Anderson hasn't won Best Picture yet. He hasn't even. I don't even think he has an Oscar. I don't think he's won an Oscar. And I think it's going to be for this movie. I think he's going to win Best Director. I think he's going to win Best Picture. And I think that it's just going to be that movie of the year at the Oscars, where it's going to win the majority of them. And I think I've seen this movie. I've seen it 3 times, because I saw it when I was in LA. I saw it in 70 millimeter, which was so good.
I bet that was phenomenal.
So good. But it's just it's a very fast-paced movie. It just like keeps going. You just like are on the edge of your seat the entire time.
Which is kind of the idea.
Yeah.
The whole movie is about like these
literally just think constantly.
You got to be on the
happening,
run.
happening. Like it literally one battle after another, one thing after another. It just keeps on going, and it's so funny too. It's just a really it's a funny movie. I think Leonardo DiCaprio, he is just one of the greats. He is just such a great actor, and he does something so funny and great with this character. He does so good. And Chase Infinity, who plays his daughter in the film, kind of.
Yeah, spoiler alert.
Yeah. I'm surprised she didn't get nominated for an Oscar, because there was a lot of buzz behind her performance, and I think she's great. I think she should have gotten a Best Supporting Actress award.
Yeah, I could see it.
Yeah, I think she should have gotten that, but she didn't. Or would it be leading role? I don't know, but one of the two. They decide that. But I think this movie is so freaking good. I think Paul Thomas Anderson, what he is able to do with a movie of just being able to craft something so authentically him.
Yeah.
Like this is just like
you can tell
such
that
a
his
Paul
movie.
Thomas Anderson film. Like it's just crazy. It's just in your face. It's kind of obnoxious in some scenes. It's just like it has its own unique level of comedy, and I just freaking really like this movie.
Yeah.
I think that it has the score is so good too.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people pick on it because it's just like boom, boom. Like it's just like one big note after another, but funny. No pun intended. But
that's
no pun intended. But I think it's so good. The movie opens up with just this like big boom, and it's just it's in your face.
That was so funny. I don't know why I thought that was so funny. That was so good.
But
anyways.
But one battle after another, it's a really funny movie. It's a really entertaining movie. I think Benicio del Toro is so good. I was so happy that he got a supporting actor nomination, because he is so funny in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Nothing. I'm just thinking about all the the characters, and there are certain specific scenes with some characters.
Yeah.
Like the end of the movie when he's getting pulled over by the police.
Yeah.
He's like
What's your
sashaying.
name? Yeah.
He's like sashaying backwards.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so good.
He's so good. It's so good. He's like, sir, how many beers have you had? A couple. Or no, he said
a couple smalls
a few,
or whatever he said. Yeah.
How many? A few small beers.
Yeah, a few small beers. Yeah.
But what's also so funny is that so much is happening in this movie, and Leonardo DiCaprio's character, he is Bob. He doesn't do anything in this movie.
Nope.
He doesn't do anything.
He's just
like
along for the ride.
He's literally just like his daughter is just absolutely doing everything to survive, and he's doing his best. Like he's trying to get after her, but he only shows up like when he absolutely needs her at the very end of the movie. But it's so funny. He's like getting beat up, fallen, getting electrocuted, just like he's doing everything. Like he's running from the cops, and it's so funny. It's just he's not doing anything throughout the entire movie, and I think that's like kind of like the point of it. But it's just it's a very funny movie, and definitely deserving of. I mean, it's deserving of Best Picture. It's a very it's just a very we've had a lot of like particular films in these nominees, but it's one of those like very particular films. Sean Penn is so good as the villain of the movie, so freaking good. I mean,
Dude,
he'll
when-
probably win the Academy Award.
I think,
And
he
that'll be
will.
his third. That'll be his third Oscar.
I think he will. He's such a good actor.
He is so good.
That was like his send off was so. What's the word I'm looking for?
Fitting.
Like, fitting, but also like just from his viewing, like his standpoint, like what the fuck?
Yeah, he's so like he's so naive.
Mhm.
He's just so stupid. Like he
Yeah.
doesn't think that they're gonna like kill him. He's just
so,
like so
I-
happy.
Obviously, this was the first time I saw it, so I didn't know that was going to be his ending. Like,
Yeah,
when
yeah.
he got gassed out, basically.
Mhm.
But like when he got shot in the face
Yeah,
and then rolled off that
Great
cliff
scene.
and was hanging there, like I was like, damn, that's a way to go.
yeah,
And then they like got their whole reunion together, father, daughter. They
Yep.
drove away, and then you just see this like. The only way I can describe it is badass.
yep.
Like just this, like he just sauntering down the highway
With like
with a hole in
Yeah.
his head,
yep.
and
With like just his skin ripped off, and
yeah,
he's just like
I was
holding
like,
his gun.
holy,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
is what?
But like the scene with him in the grocery store with Bob, and he was just like, you like black girls?
Yeah,
I love them. It's just like his performance is and Leo's face of just like who is this guy?
All right.
Like, man, it's just like, and that's what I mean, just Paul Thomas Anderson, the way he writes his movies is just so funny. He just like he doesn't care. He's just,
The fact that their like cult was Saint Nicholas.
yeah,
like-
or like,
like-
the Christmas Adventures
Yeah, Christmas
Club.
Adventures
Yeah.
Club. That was such a bizarre like name, and
Yeah.
how they greeted like may
I
Saint
know.
Nick be with you.
That whole scene, that whole scene.
the round
The
table.
round table is so funny. What did the guy say? No more. It was the one of the French 75 people. It was like my name something pussy. What's her name? I'm gonna look it up.
It's so fresh in my memory, but I still don't remember.
Her name was Jungle Pussy.
Oh yeah.
And the guy said they were talking about how they got her and they killed her, and the guy said like no more pussy. No more pussy. But
No
he
more
said
pussy.
it so just like so. But that whole entire scene is
It's so stupid.
it's so good,
funny.
so racist. So
Oh,
we
yeah,
got to
of
be careful
course, of
talking about it.
course.
But it's funny, like just the way everyone just said their lines, how
Like,
it was
the-
written,
the
whole
ignorance-
scene,
the
it's their
ignorance in
ignorance.
it was funny.
That's what's funny.
Like,
Is like
it was
just
so
calls these
stupid.
people out for being stupid and
Yeah,
racist.
yeah.
It's just so hilarious the way that Paul Thomas Anderson wrote these lines to just really call them out. Like, this is just how stupid these people sound. Like,
Yeah.
really,
Mhm.
are you just it was
so dumb.
that was a great scene, a really good scene,
And
really funny.
the Christmas Adventure thing, or Explorers, or whatever they were called.
Christmas
Christmas Adventures.
Explorers, or I think it's Adventurers, the
Wha-
Adventurers Club.
Yeah, one of whatever. It doesn't really matter. Sean Penn's character,
Mm-hmm.
the whole movie, he's this stalwart force,
Yep.
brick wall. Nothing gets to him. He's never excited, never happy. He's always pissed.
Yep.
Just this big macho guy, military man, whatever. And then at the end of the movie, when they say he got in the club, he was like, "Oh,
Well, it's the
he was
same
like,
thing.
He was so
It's-
giddy.
he's literally
he was
a
all
kid.
happy.
It's the same thing. He's just like he's literally like he acts like with the main character played by Tiana Taylor. Like he just acts like a boy discovering his first crush.
Yeah.
Like that's just how he acts, or he's just weird about it. Like he just like the way he interacts
Mhm.
with people. Like he's obsessed with her. Like
Mhm.
he is obsessed with her, and that's just like he's this macho character, and then like it's kind of like you don't know how people act behind like closed doors, but we see.
We know how he acts.
We know
behind
how he
closed
acts
doors.
behind closed doors, and
Yeah.
it's just very like there's the scene near the beginning of the movie where he's spying on the French 75 with his binoculars, and he's looking at her ass, and then Leo's character grabs it, and he's like,
He's like,
oh, oh, like
that should
actually,
be me.
he actually looks so sad. He's like, huh? What?
Yeah.
Like, dude is just a weirdo. They really, I mean, everyone portrays their characters so freaking well, but Sean Penn is just knocking it out of the park.
Yeah, it was awesome.
He is so good in this role. It's a really funny movie, and it's just like,
It's weird because like going into it, I didn't think it was gonna be a funny movie.
neither did I.
I thought it was gonna be some like serious
like there were some lines in the
storytelling.
trailers that made me think that like this is going to be, and Paul Thomas Anderson is known for that, known for having like black comedies that are just like really dark and like have dark themes to them, but also have like these, and that's what's actually called black comedies.
Yeah.
But not just having moments of just like there's a scene that I think is so funny with Benicio del Toro and Leonardo DiCaprio, and it's when he's on the phone trying to get the answer because he's not, and the guy is in the background doing his own thing, and then we're getting these shots of him just like underneath the bed reaching for the gun, and you just see him like twiddling his legs to move around, and we just get these random shots, and then he's like, I'm telling you, for the love of my whatever, I cannot tell you what time it is. And then he's in the bathroom, he's like 8:15. And it's just like, it's so good. But the writing is so good because in that moment you think, oh wait, was he a part of French 75? Does he actually know the answer? Because we also forget the answer. Like throughout the movie, we also forget like what time it is, because even though we're told at the very beginning, we also forget. But then he just says like 8:15, because that's what someone would say if you're asking that. Someone will just legitimately tell you that, and I think it's hilarious. Or the scene where they're coming in because he's trying to. This is before the scene, but they walk into the shop, and the worker's telling like the kid to get off his phone, and Benicio is like, "Get off your phone!" And he was like, I'm not on my phone. I'm charging it, like just because he wasn't talking to him though. And it's just like, Jesus, I'm not on my phone. Just those moments throughout there are so many moments throughout the movie like that where it's just so like it really grounds it. It's just like scenes that would actually happen, and it's just super funny, super great. One Battle After Another is a phenomenal movie. It would make a lot of sense for this movie to win Best Picture, Best Director. I mean, it probably will too. I mean, that's my guess. I think this movie's going to win Best Picture just because it has that backing of just that this is the movie that people have been talking about in the film space. One Battle After Another being the masterpiece that it is. Just it's a fantastic movie. But we have one more, and Hamnet. That was supposed to be cooler than it was. But
that's, anyways, Hamnet.
We're talking about Hamnet. Hamnet is so good. You watched it for the first time, and I rewatched it, and man, it is just
the first thing I said after seeing the movie. I was like, "This is my favorite movie of 2025."
It is just a gut punch. It is so good,
so good.
And the performance of the year. If we're talking about performances of the year, Jessie Buckley in this role.
I'm not good with people's names. What character does he play?
She.
Sorry. See, that's what I mean. I'm not good with names.
Jessie Buckley.
Jessie could be a guy's name.
It can be, but no, Jessie Buckley. She plays Agnes. Agnes. Or Agnes.
Yeah, Agnes. Phenomenal. Phenomenal job.
Oh my
gosh. Bad for not knowing your name. But
who does he play?
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It happens. But no, she is just. She has this. She is so convincing. It is scary how good she is in this role. It is just like she unlocks something that is just so just deep and personal. Like you could like in the scenes, especially rewatching it, I was just convinced that she was one giving birth, one actually lost someone, just was.
It was insane how on point she was.
Just throughout the whole entire thing, there wasn't one moment where I was just like that was not that convincing. She was just mind-blowing. Absolutely mind-blowing. And I honestly, like, if we're talking about Best Picture, I would love to see Train Dreams win, but I would also love to see Hamnet. It's like between Train Dreams, Hamnet, Sinners and One Battle, but I would much rather see like a Hamnet kind of movie win Best Picture over
Yeah.
One Battle. That's just my opinion. I think Hamnet is just something, it just like so dreadful.
Mhm.
Let me hear more of what you think on it, because I know you loved it.
It was unbelievable going into it. I mean, obviously I knew like this, I
Mhm.
kind of had like a gist of what it was going to be about, but it completely just blew out every expectation that I could have possibly had.
Yep.
It was just so good.
Great movie.
Like the way that it started, how it was like lovey-dovey and like the honeymoon phase of their relationship,
Yep.
and then quickly shifting into like a reality aspect, and
Yep.
it got to a point where she was like, you know, dreadful and like pissed and mad, and she was worried that he was doing something,
Yep.
and come to find out that he was literally just, you know, living in an attic, sending
Yep.
everything that he possibly had to his family while he's trying to figure something out. And it was just like every dynamic,
Yep.
every dynamic of this movie was
it was so good.
and
it
I don't,
just, like-
again, I don't know the names of the actors, but whoever played the son,
Yep. I don't know his name, but
oh my god,
so good.
unbelievable
And
performance.
What's funny is that he's actually, so that was his first role. So that's the guy that played Hamlet in the
Yeah.
play at the end of it. That's Noah Jupe,
Mhm.
who we've seen before in movies. That's actually Jacoby Jupe. That's his brother.
No way.
Yeah, who
That's
plays
so cool.
Who plays Hamnet.
Yeah,
That's his brother in real life.
that's really cool.
And he is incredible. I was actually when I was watching it for the second time, I was like, man, he could have gotten nominated for an Oscar.
Yeah.
I think he was in it enough.
Yeah.
He was convincing enough. He was so good. I mean, he had a lot of the moments were made me like cry the most. It was he
so
really he was
tragic.
just so convincing as like this brother that genuinely, you know, he took a lot of, you know, he learned a lot from his dad. He's the protector of the family. He really, really wanted to protect his sister.
He really
just
wanted to be brave.
He just wanted to be brave, and that's just
And
like
he was.
He was just so brave. It's getting me emotional just talking about it right now, but just like so powerful in the way that they overlap, you know, his death and him sort of, oh geez, like the scene where he does what his mom tells him to do, and you know, like do
Yeah.
that to see the hawk in the sky.
Choked me up. Dude.
Yeah,
I
scene,
cried.
Yeah, that scene.
I cried.
That scene is nasty. It is just like, man, it's just like, yeah, we're gonna. By the way, you're gonna die while watching this movie, and that, you know, that's just how it's. That's just
It was
that's
just
how it's gonna be.
So
It is.
I mean,
an incredible movie.
it is a story of a tragedy.
Yes.
Like that's the whole point.
Oh,
of
yeah.
it. But it was so tragic.
I mean, is there
tragic.
is there a better way of dealing with trauma and getting over that trauma than to write a tragedy about it, putting yourself into it, like pretty much just like getting all of how you're feeling about it into this play.
I thought that was also a really interesting, not completely change topics, but to shift it a little bit. I think that was a really good like call to how Jesse's character played, how she wasn't aware at all
Nope.
of what her husband was doing.
Yeah.
Because when her stepmom, whatever that, I don't know, she says that she's not her mom. So I don't know, the lady
Yeah.
that came in at
Well,
like
yeah,
the
no,
end of
because
the movie.
her mom died.
No, I know.
Yeah,
but
a while
like,
ago.
I don't know if she's her literal stepmother
I think it was just
or-
no, because they
or just
made
a
it
family that she lived
there was
with
a
or
line,
whatever.
There was a line in the movie. I don't think it was either what her mom said, but someone said basically to wed so that the kid would have a motherly figure.
Okay.
And I think that woman was the one that married her father, and then her father died, and
Yeah.
then she just stayed around and wasn't really, you know, a mother.
That makes
at
sense.
all.
But anyway, like the fact that like when she came over and visited them near the end of the movie just to say hi or whatever, and she said, "Are you gonna go see the next play?"
Yeah.
And she immediately was just like, "No, I'm not gonna go see his comedy."
Yeah.
And then she was like, "It's not a comedy.
Yeah.
It's not a comedy.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tragedy."
Yeah.
maybe you should pay attention to what
Yep.
your husband's doing.
Uh-huh.
And then when she went to go see the play in the beginning, it was kind of like a anger. She was like, "How dare you say my son's name? How dare
Yeah.
you pronounce his
And
name?"
just so good, dude. She's so angry.
so good.
Like she's so angry. Like I could like literally. You're just like fucking. You're not. You don't care about what people think around you. You're just angry.
Yeah. And then she had the realization about like what the story actually was, and it was like this. It was a kind of like an apology story of the dad for not being there.
It was kind of like Sentimental Value.
Yeah.
Where it was like they're both stories of like how the dad blames himself about never being there, and he kind of connects himself with the character, and also has that kind of like he has Hamlet die because that's the reality of it. And if you need to live in reality to sort of accept that. And it's just so good. And that also the ending is just so good. I love the ending of having the whole we see a lot of it, but like the main gist of the Hamlet tragedy and them playing it out and acting it out so good. And I don't think we give enough credit to the background actors, like her brother who's also there, Agnes's brother who's there. Everyone, like when it was like when they were like dueling, like people in the audience were genuinely just like so into it, just like, oh my god, like they were actually watching people fight, because that's like what entertainment was back then, was people were just like, they didn't see that all the time, so when they were seeing people fight, they were just like into it. And then like there's also this other lady that's next to her at the end of it when Hamlet's on the ground dead in front of Agnes, and she's also crying. Everyone's crying. Like people were impacted by this story
when Agnes reached out. And held his hand.
But also just a great way of Shakespeare to tell his wife that, now she doesn't have to grieve alone. Everyone's grieving, and everyone's gonna grieve with her for the rest of time.
Forever.
Everyone's gonna grieve, because now that they know like what Hamlet really is about. Which also kind of puts to sleep all those like people that made like spin-off of Hamlet. Of like all those plays. It's just like, oh, that's not what Hamlet's about. Now it's about, well, not now, but it was always, about their, loss and grief, and it's a real tragedy. And it's so good. It is such a good movie. I would love to see this one win Best Picture too.
Oh yeah,
because you were talking about Nomadland earlier today, and this movie's directed by Chloe Zhao, who did Nomadland, and that movie won Best Picture. But Chloe Zhao, who wrote and directed this movie, she's up for Best Director, Best Screenplay, and it's up for Best Picture too. I think this movie is so deserving of a lot of awards. I wish movies could get double up on the awards, but that's not how it works. Because there's so many good movies that came out this year. But Hamnet is something that's so personal and so beautiful, and it's just so good. I'm really excited to see Jessie Buckley win the Academy Award. Because if she doesn't, holy shit, we're gonna have a problem.
There will be riots.
We're gonna have a problem
caused by us.
Caused by us.
The one thing I think we talked about it briefly after seeing the movie. I think a really nice touch that they had in the movie was not. We all knew that it was William Shakespeare. We all knew that it was him. But the fact that they didn't name drop until like the last 2 minutes of the movie made me so happy.
Because it's not about William Shakespeare.
One, it's not about him, and two, yes, he had performances beforehand, but that is really what set him in time.
Hamlet's what's set him.
Like obviously there were other plays and other performances that he did before, but like if anybody ever utters the name William Shakespeare, the only thing that you think of, or the first thing that you think of, is Hamlet. And I like the fact that they kept his name under wraps up until like literally the very end of the movie, and then they name dropped it, and it was like, all right, he got his recognition.
Exactly. Just a fantastic movie. Definitely one that, like you were saying about Sinners, like, people will never forget this movie. I don't think people will forget this movie. This is such an important movie. It's just, it's a movie that, it's about this specific tragedy, but it connects to so many other tragedies of loss and grieving and all that kind of stuff. And it's a very, 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 very well done movie. So amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that brings us to the end of
Part
us
2.
talking about all the best This is probably a little bit of a shorter video, but if you haven't, make sure to go check out part 1, which came out last week. So yeah, got to talk about all the best picture nominations. So many great nominees this year.
So what's your final prediction? Not like it's between 4 movies. What's the one movie that you think is going to win? Not necessarily what you want to win.
I think it's gonna be One Battle After Another.
For some reason, I actually think Sinners will take it.
Really?
I think it will. I would be
shocked if it did.
I want Train Dreams. It was Train Dreams. Is that what it was called? Yeah.
If Sinners does win Best Picture, I will be cheering.
Yeah.
So much. But I would much rather see it. Like I said in the first video, I think One Battle After Another comes in about like 5th place as to what I want to see win. I think I would much rather see Hamnet, Train Dreams, Sinners, or Marty Supreme.
And then One Battle After Another.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know. I love Marty Supreme.
That's the same lineup for
me,
to
love
be
Marty Supreme. After watching it, I think I enjoy watching Marty Supreme more than One Battle After Another.
Yeah.
I just think I like it more. It's more my speed. Like I just like that kind of stuff.
Yeah. For
One
me,
Battle
Train
After
Dreams
Another
and Hamnet are like the top 2 that I would want to, but I feel like it'll go to Sinners.
Yeah. I think One Battle After Another will win Best Picture. I would love to see Sinners win. If Sinners won, I will be so happy. But One Battle After Another just kind of seems like almost a lock at this point.
Like a shoe-in.
Yeah, almost a lock.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll see. But this year's gonna be interesting because they could like surprise us out of nowhere and just start giving awards out to people that are just like, what the fuck? I did not know, because like they do that a lot. It's like, what? Like, why did they get it? But Sinners is deserving of a lot of Oscars, and it'll either win next to none or a ton. Next to none or a ton.
Yep.
It's kind of like going to be one of those movies. But yeah, so that brings us to the end of talking about the Best Picture lineup. If you like this, make sure to leave a comment, like, subscribe, and tell us if you want us to do more. If you want us to talk more about the other nominations, we can definitely do so. It just takes a lot of time and watching movies, but we will do it if you want it. So let us know. Let us know if you want that. But yeah, we'll put a cork in it for now, and we will see you in the next video. See you then.
Later.